Any questions or comments by board members? So hopefully this will get added to our budget when we have budget meetings coming up. Discuss meeting with range resources. That was asked to be put on by Supervisors about it.
Yeah, I asked that to put on the agenda. I wanted to have a meeting set up with the board to look at future well pads as we had in the past and just run it by the board.
So I think I've talked to the board in the past about having these meetings that include the entire board. I would caution you against having any meetings that include the entire board with any entities that are not open public meetings. If
Right.
any one of you want to have meetings with them that aren't quorum,
For an information meeting?
you can have informational
Okay,
meetings,
thank
but
you,
with
that's
the history that this township has had recently and with the multiple lawsuits related to breaches of various laws related to having public meetings, I certainly would caution this board to have any kind of meetings that are not in the public eye when there is a quorum of board members.
Okay, I thought information meeting is perfectly legal, and we had done it in the past. But that was back 4 years ago. So the motion would be just that we would have a meeting, or allow me to set up a meeting for the board, or allow Dawn Januso to set one up to look at the well pads would be my motion.
Because with the public though too.
It can be, yes.
So that's what she's suggesting if we're gonna have one, we can just open to the public.
I don't know if we, at this point in time, we have to have a meeting with them. I mean, we know that they're drilling the Augustine well pad, and they had one other application in. I mean, one with them, they don't even know what they're doing.
Can I ask where this came from?
We had a meeting back, Elizabeth Cowles and I remember being at that meeting with her, and it's been how long since she's been on the board?
So
That's
is this
where it came
something
from.
that Range came to us and asked?
No, I'm asking that, let's set this up. I think that we should set it up and look what the future development looks like in the township. The last time we were there, we met with different persons, higher ups from Range, and we looked at maps and possible sites and different things that way.
So why don't we do this? It seems like our solicitor's advice is to have a public meeting. Why don't you or Dawn or somebody go to Range and say, are they willing to come attend a public meeting
Check that.
and do a public presentation? If they are, then we can set it up at our next board meeting.
Okay, that's your comment. Is the rest of the board okay with that? Tom, you are? Frank, you okay? Yeah. Okay.
But it would have to be a public meeting.
Pardon me?
It has to be a public meeting, that's all.
Thank you.
Okay, consider the following dates for budget workshops. I realized this when I set these were just suggestions instead of us sitting here and throwing dates back and forth. I realized that after I did this that November 11th is in fact Veterans Day. The budget, as I understand it right now, and Dawn, please jump in and correct me if I'm wrong, is somewhat balanced even with all the requests, and even including all the requests from various supervisors and staff requests. So I think we could probably get this done in 2 meetings. Do we want to just do the 20th and the 25th? Do we want to try to sneak a date in? The reason I picked Monday along with this is because we have a meeting with the fire departments on the 12th. So I didn't want
I'm
to.
sorry, your statement was that this already is balanced?
I said it's my understanding that in speaking with Cindy, that.
We haven't looked at it yet. But last year we had meetings in September and October, and then November and 2 in December.
Correct.
But you're saying it's
We
balanced
didn't have
already?
2 in December. So what she did was she sent an email to all of us and staff and asked for our requests. Supervisor Deasy asked for money for the Canada Wetland Scholarship. I had asked to please keep the parks at the same level of budget. I don't know offhand what anybody else asked for, but these were the things that were suggested. As it's put in right now into the budget software, it is somewhat balanced. It's not 100% balanced, but it's somewhat in balance. There will need to be minor adjustments, but it is somewhat balanced. But we need to set up these meetings.
We have to keep all 3, that if we don't need the last one, then we get it done.
Are you okay with meeting on Veterans Day? I don't have a problem with it, but I didn't know if you guys did.
Okay with it.
Just in case.
That's fine. Okay, so we'll have our first meeting Monday,
Last year.
November 11th. Okay.
Well, actually, the Veterans Day, I don't know if you guys got a letter, the National Cemetery is asking us to be there. I don't know what time we're gonna set it up. But if you remember, they, I think it's Saturday.
Isn't it during the day? I thought theirs was the Saturday.
It's during the day at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, and this will be at night, yeah, 7 PM, is that fine?
Yeah.
These will all be held at 7 PM.
And, you mentioned about a donation to that, I think, it's this way, I look into that, I thought we can give a donation to a private organization, but code doesn't allow us to give
Do
donations.
you want to look into that?
Yeah, we'll look into it. Confirm before you guys get to the budget.
Okay. It's weird though, because we give donations for fireworks and things, so I'd be surprised if we couldn't
It's a
do that.
public event.
Okay, we'll look into it. Flipping over, consider the following date to discuss the proposed comprehensive plan. We have like a ton of meetings in the month of November, so I was trying to give us a break and move to December. So my suggestion was for a public meeting about the comprehensive plan was Monday, December 16th. If anybody has any plans or wants to
It's
switch
a
that.
workshop, though.
Yeah, as a workshop. So any problem with that specific date?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it done.
Okay. So we will,
Are you at a hearing stage, or are you just planning on having a meeting?
we're just gonna have like a public workshop where we're gonna work through it and then we'll get to the hearing part next.
Okay.
Okay, right, is that okay with all of you? 7 PM, sorry. Any old business?
I wanted to bring up that topic again of developing a policy for text and email messages. I'd like to make a motion again this month. I believe that it's the honest and ethical thing to do, just to have a printed out copy of any text that's read and handed to the township manager. You brought up the challenge that it was an administrative nightmare, but I don't see that. After someone reads the text message, if this was it, don't you just go like this and throw it away. The idea is just to verify that it was legit, what was read off of the paper, the text or the email.
Can I ask for clarification? So you mean after it's been presented at the board meeting, not before?
Well, it's being presented. If you're gonna read something, it has to be if you're gonna read something into the record, it has to be proven. It has to be seen. Someone can't add words to that text, there should be a policy developed that other townships are using that Gretchen needs to look into. A policy, I mean, this is the day and age of text and emails.
I'm still not following, so
So when you read a letter or a text message from Ron's phone, you have to give a copy of what you're reading to Dawn Januso, the township
Before I
manager.
read it.
Before you read it, that's right. So that we know what you're reading is everything that's on that text message. You can't add or subtract or change the words I to we or whatever it is.
So, Mr. Zavik, I have thought about this because I know it was raised at the last meeting, and to the extent that any of you are going to bring something up publicly or read from something, it is a public document and it's subject to the right to know anyway, unless it were privileged. If one of you were to read something I wrote to you that's privileged, I would not allow you to do it. But to the extent you're reading things that are public documents, they're subject to right to know. So I think to the extent that once someone comes up here and reads something that they've received, anyone could say, I'd like a copy of that document, and they could go through the right to know process and get it. So I think, to the extent, it's the before the fact issue that I think I find problematic, because now you're putting a prior restraint on all of you as public officials to not be able to say something unless you go through some process and present some document beforehand. It kind of inhibits your ability to be able to respond and be nimble and respond to things. But once something is read, if any of you sits up here and reads something, it's a public record and it is subject to the right
It
to
becomes the
know.
words, but what was read needs to become a public record
Well,
as well.
the document itself is a public record. Anyone could ask for it.
We didn't have a term yet. I'm bringing up that Ms. Cohen brought up last month about the reading of Dr. Monica Bowman's letter. And she tried to show the public that it was different than what Cindy read. And the words at the end were the ABB property are opposed to the purchase of the ABB property. The Camden Millen School District is opposed to the purchase of the ABB property. And that was not in the text that apparently was on Ron. So my thoughts were that she could have had Ron's text printed out and handed to Dawn just to say, this is what I'm going to read from.
Eric, we've been in service 3 months. You're bringing up the fourth one.
And let's be honest, and let's put everything out.
It is honest.
Let's be
It was
done
honest.
with it.
It was on.
This is an honest,
Of course,
ethical
you want
policy
to
that I
make
believe
changes, you
needs
look
in place.
back. That's all you're trying to do.
This is an honest and ethical policy, I think, that needs to be put in place.
If you're saying before, though, you hear what Gretchen's saying, if somebody brings something up that you have information about, if we have this policy in place, we can't respond to it. And that's not right. So I would take the advice, my opinion is that we take the advice of our solicitor. Once it's read, we could make a policy that says, once it's read, we are required to give a copy to Don Januso.
That'd be fine. That'd be fine.
Afterwards, not before.
Someone should verify what was read, though, and just make certain. One of my favorite quotes from the internet from Abraham Lincoln is, you can't always believe what you read on the internet.
You also can't believe what's said in the
That's right.
All right.
So I'd like to see that developed.
So we'll work on a policy that says that anything after it's read is, then required to be put, and we'll vote on it at our next board meeting.
And the second thing for old businesses, I would like to see the Facebook page added back to the township. I believe it's time, and I don't believe there should be any holdback. We have the intelligence within the administration to put a Facebook page in place for the township.
It's not a question of whether or not we have intelligence, and we've discussed this for 4 or 5 months in a row. It's about getting policy and procedure and doing things in a specific order. We're working on our website. When that is well underway, then we can talk about that. So unless somebody else has a different opinion, I think we need to move on. All right, moving on. Now I'm going to open it up for citizens' general comments and questions.